Hi, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Christy, and this is At Home with Covenant Care.
For over 36 years, Covenant Care has been in your homes caring for your families.
We've made some short videos that you can do with your family at home and have fun during this time.
Enjoy these. Hey, I'm Aaron West again with At Home with Covenant Care, and we're here today with Marty Stanovich, my very good friend for a long time. Marty is Executive Director of First Tee of Northwest Florida. And so today, as we've been we're kind of walking you through some things and some things that you can do with your families at home, grab the kids to do some simple things. Marty's going to show us some things you can do at home or in your front yard or when you get back onto the golf course.
So this is great. I mean, it's a horrible time for our country. It's a difficult time for our country, but it's a great time to play golf and even to learn about golf. And if you haven't started, it's one game you can get out and play right now very safely and do by yourself.
So there are some things that no matter what you have at home, you can do some of these things with Marty today. Like if you've never picked up a golf club,
sure,
how to properly pick it up, how to properly hold it, those kind of things, and you can do with multiple things you have at home. So
sure.
I'm going to let you have at it. Show us what you would do at home if you had never picked up a club, or how you might even start scratching.
Gotcha. Well, I would say the first thing to do, we'll start with the shovel. I feel guilty, like I'm taking away from Tin Cup, because he played with a shovel, a rake, and a pool cue, and beat a guy out of some money in the movie. But I just grabbed a shovel to start with, because obviously the first and most important thing, especially when you become a senior golfer like me, is to start with the proper stretches. If you've never played golf before, it's going to be difficult because you will be using muscles that you've never used before. Now, the kids that we teach young people ages 5 to 18 golf skills and life skills throughout 5 counties in Northwest Florida. But the young people that we teach, they don't need as much stretching as the rest of us do. But taking a broom or a shovel or a rake or something like that, full stretch up, full stretch left, full stretch right, all the way down and back if you can, and I still can, barely. But these are very, very important stretches. Golf is a safe sport, but you can avoid muscle injury through proper stretching. And obviously, stretching, bending at the waist, getting your back into a full flex, full turn right, full turn left, get the obliques moving. That actually feels pretty good. I should have done that. Glad you guys are really helping me out today by getting my stretch on here. Now, proper way to hold a golf club. I can demonstrate with the shovel, but I'm going to start with a golf club. Obviously, the club has a grip. The club has a head. Very simple. The grip, and if you are a right-handed golfer like I am. Now, if you're left-handed, this is going to be completely reversed. If a left-hander would be right hand high, left hand low. But for a right-handed golfer like myself, it's left hand high, right hand low. And essentially what we teach people to do to start with is you have to keep the hands connected. And you start by putting your left hand at the top of the club. Take your right hand and overlay it over your left hand, and so both of your thumbs are pointing straight down. Now you've essentially created a series of angles where you're in a good position to hit a golf ball. Now what happens on the underside is one of 3 things. There's what's called interlock grip, where you take your pinkies and you interlock them. So it's called the overlap grip, where the left hand is fully connected, but the right pinky overlaps. And then there's what's called the 10-finger or the baseball grip, where all of the fingers are connected directly to the club. This is a matter of preference. For most beginners, the baseball grip is going to be the most comfortable. But one of the things you've got to remember is to hit the ball successfully, both hands have to be connected to the club, not apart, but together. Both hands together with the club, whether you're interlocking, overlapping, 10-finger. Thumbs are pointed straight down. Now I'm in a good position to actually hit a golf ball. So, the stance in golf, and I've had the opportunity as a PGA professional to teach a lot of other athletes. I've taught hockey players, I've taught baseball players, I've taught basketball players, taught a lot of people to play the game. The golf swing is similar but different to all of those. Hockey players are usually low and tight. Baseball players have long, wide swings. Why? Because they're using the habits that they've developed through their sport through all these years. So if you've never played any of those sports, believe it or not, you probably have some built-in advantages because you're not going to be biased to one particular thing or the other as far as the stylistic nature of the swing. So we come over and we do what's called address the golf ball. Now, I've got a ball on a tee, which this is a 7-iron, which is essentially what's called a mid-iron, a normal set of clubs for an experienced player. They have 14 clubs in their bag. By rule, you have to have 14 or fewer. There's a driver, there's a putter, and there's a bunch of clubs in between. Most people be familiar with the putter, of course. If you come out and you play our goofy golf, we give you a putter when you come out at that time. But the 7-iron is a good place to start. It's what's called a mid-iron. It's not lofted too high, it's not lofted too low. So it allows you the opportunity to learn kind of in the middle of things, in media res, in the middle of things, how to hit a golf ball. So I'm going to come over here. And I start by addressing the golf ball. When I say I'm addressing the golf ball, it's not, hello, Mr. Ball. That's not what I mean by addressing the golf ball. I'm standing and I want to be a comfortable distance from the ball. Not where I'm reaching for it, not where I'm crowded to it, but where I'm comfortably distanced between myself and the ball. And then I set up on the golf ball and I essentially create a tee. I want that ball to be directly under my nose. It's in what's called the center of my stance, between my left toe and my right toe, right in between. So when I'm hitting an iron off of the ground, I always want to make a tee. So this is the top of the tee, and here is the base of the tee. So now I'm in a good, comfortable position by which to hit this golf ball. So I stand over the golf ball at address, and the idea is to be as square as possible. So I rotate back, I rotate down, and I rotate through to follow through towards the target. And so I'm taking a line on a target, and I've picked that line. So the lines that are on the club will be perpendicular to that target. So I want to hit this club at that pole that you can't see in the distance, but I'm lined up on that. So I set up, and now my feet are also lined up at that pole. Because if the club is lined up at the pole and my feet are correctly square, everything is lined up in one direction. So I stand up, I address the ball, I check my target line, and I hit my target. So that is essentially how to hit an iron in golf. Irons are used off of the turf. A lot of people say, well, when do you get to use a tee? 18 times around, if you play a regulation round of golf, you actually get to tee the ball up on a tee. The rest of the time, the ball is played in the rules term as it lies. So what we do, we start with the driver. Now the driver is a much less lofted club. This club is lofted at 9 degrees. Loft is the angle by which the club is tilted upwards. To give you an idea, this is 9 degrees. If I were to go to 3-wood, it would be at 15 degrees. My hybrid is at 21 degrees, and so on and so forth until I get to my last wedge, which is at 60 degrees. My pitching wedge is 46, so working downwards, my 9-iron is 42, my 8-iron is 38. The club I just hit, the 7-iron, is lofted at 34 degrees. Using the exact same swing, this creates a lower ball flight to hit the ball further, whereas the 7-iron creates the higher ball flight to hit the ball a shorter distance. The reason we don't try to hit this every distance is once we learn our golf swing, I know that I hit the 7-iron about 175 yards, So if I have 155 yards, I come down 2 clubs and I hit a 9-iron. So the clubs, once you get your swing set, equate to a distance that you want to hit the golf ball. Now the driver is the one the kids like the most. It's the one that most all of us like the most. A lot of time it's called the big dog. You say, let the big dog eat. When you take the driver out, the idea is to hit it as far as possible off the tee with the driver. Because the further you hit the driver, the shorter your approach shot is into the green. That way, you're using a more accurate club. I know this, that if the distance between a pitching wedge and a 7-iron for me, I have a probably 2 to 3 time better chance of making birdie if I'm hitting a pitching wedge at a pin than if I am a 6 or a 7. So the driver is slightly different on setup. We come over here, we put the ball up on a tee. Now, I no longer want to have a tee. The driver is the only club, because the ball is up in the air, that you actually get to swing up on the ball. A lot of people think the idea is to swing up on the ball and help lift it in the air. In golf, that's wrong. In golf, with every club except the driver, if you want the ball to go up, you have to swing down. If you want the ball to go right, you have to swing left. So golf is a series of inverse relationships as far as the club related to the golf ball. To hit a driver, instead of a T, I want to create an L. And what I mean by an L is I'm going to move the ball what I call forward in my stance. With a T, the club is here in the middle. In an L, the club is over here on my left-hand side. So what I've done is I've moved the club up forward in my stance, where now my low point is still here at the middle. The T is still here, but I hit the ball at L, where I'm coming up. So the difference in the two is I'm down here, I'm swinging back, low point coming up, and then following through at my target. So the driver is usually the first club that you're going to use off the tee, except on par 3s. So you'll hit this one 14 times around. Not always, but generally you're going to hit it 14 times around. Then, in between, you have a 3-wood. Some people carry hybrids. Some people have 4-irons, 5-irons, 6-irons, 7-irons, pitching wedges, all the way down to a lob wedge. And then, of course, there's a club that we like the most because, after all, we have probably 500 of them here because we have a goofy golf. There's the putter. The putter is a combination of the easiest club and the most difficult club to master. When you're teeing off with a driver, you're normally hitting into a fairway that's 40 or 50 yards wide. You get out there anywhere in the fairway, most golfers are happy to hit a long drive in the middle of the fairway. But once you're on the green, you have a very narrow area to work with. Now, you're on the green, you're looking at a 4 1/4 inch wide hole and trying to get a 1.68 inch ball into that 4 1/4 inch hole. So now you're taking the putter. The putter is, in a regulation round of golf, used hopefully 36 or fewer times. You're going to hit 14 drivers, you're going to hit about 22 irons, and you're going to hit 36 putts. If you do that, you've just shot even par 72. So the putter is the simplest stroke. So what we do is we take the golf ball. Now we're back to the center of our stance, or wherever we are that we're comfortable. This is an Odyssey putter with a very big alignment line. And what we want to do here is the left hand is still high, the right hand is still low, and it's just a pendulum action. It's easy back and easy through, nice and smooth, in order to release the ball. So I was a little bit right of my target. I was aimed at the pole. I went a little bit right of my target. I guess I forgot that the green brake's right. I haven't played this course here in a while. But the putter is the one that everyone can take the time to master at home. Now the neat thing is, if your whole family has a putter, you can set up miniature putting courses inside of your house, inside of your business. We have set up for rainy day programming here at the facility 9-hole putt-putt courses inside, where we use regular household obstacles like trash cans just to make kids putt around, to teach them management. Because if you're putting and the trash can's between me and the hole, but it's 9 feet away, I want to putt 9 feet this way and then have a short tap in for the next putt. Now, if you want to work on your full swing, but you don't necessarily have the room, there's also wiffle balls and something we use called birdie balls. And you can pick these up. You can pick them up at Walmart or Target or any local store in the sporting goods section. They're very inexpensive, they're very durable, and you can use them for a very long time. So this ball is a fun little thing called a birdie ball, and it's made of plastic, and it's made to be hit in an indoor setting, so you're not going to break anything. Now, wiffle balls don't go nearly as far, but the birdie ball, it's kind of a funny design, but one of the neat things about the birdie ball is that it gives you feedback just like a regular golf club. So I set up on the birdie ball, and I hit it, and it flies just like a regular golf ball, but being plastic, it's not going to bounce off of a metal pole. It's not going to be harmful. It's much safer. So it's a tool that we use. We love using birdie balls and wiffle balls and other safe balls in order to teach people in indoor settings or in a setting where you do not have as much space. You can hit that birdie ball as hard as you want to with a driver. It's still only going to go about 50 or 60 yards. So these are things that you can do at home. And Aaron, you want to give one a try?
We can cut this, right? All right, let's give this a try.
Okay.
Here's what I also want to talk to you, Marty, is about somebody's at home, right?
Right.
They've never picked up a golf club. They
Okay.
may have a golf club at home, they may not.
Okay.
So we said find a stick, find something.
Yes.
What would you tell them about before they get onto the golf course? So you told them how to address the ball, you told them how to grip the ball, right? You told them about the under grip.
Sure.
What about their arms? What are their arms going to do when they come back?
The arms,
Just to start.
sure. The arms at address. And remember, we talked about address is when you step up to the ball and you have a comfortable distance. Your arms should be as straight as possible while still being comfortable. Like where you are right there, you're in a good position to hit a golf ball. They're not ridiculously uncomfortably straight, but they're not crammed back up against your body. And different golfers are going to be in different positions. You'll see people who are very well hunched over to the ball, some people who are very straight. You can play the game of golf. You're going to have to develop your safe, happy zone and find that. But once again, you have to be in a comfortable position. So go ahead and get in that comfortable position like we had. Now let's go ahead and simulate a golf swing.
Yeah, what happens when the
Well,
let's go back.
The arms start as one piece, as far back as is comfortable, and then about there, they break. Now you're in a good, comfortable position. Your elbows are bent.
Still looking at the ball?
Still looking at, yes, always keep your eye on the ball.
Okay.
Then you throw the club basically back into that straight position and come down in a sweeping motion, and you finish towards your target. Good high finish, just like that. Back there. That was really good.
Slow motion I can do.
Slow motion. All right, you want to try it with a golf ball?
I will try with a golf ball.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting that either our photographer Christy is safe there, or
I think our photographer Christy might want to get behind the net.
I think that's a good lesson to learn even from home as well. So,
There we go.
all right, so to address the ball, we're going to make a tee
Yeah.
in the center.
In your comfortable distance away from the ball.
Is
Your
your-
knees are slightly bent.
is
your
your
back
club
is arched. The club
On the ground
the
or above
club,
the ground?
the club can sit on the ground with the ball right in the middle of the club face.
Okay.
Okay. So now you're going to swing it back, down, and through.
I hit it.
And Christy
I
was
hit
safe
it.
the whole time.
That's a wrap. Actually, these are really wonderful things that we can do from home. Golf is an incredibly good family sport.
It
right?
is. It is.
From very young to our most senior adults, they can still be out and playing, and it's a really good family thing to do. So, in this time, whether you're inside your home, doing even just the motions with a rake, with a broom, stretching with the rake, all those kind of things, and keeping those in mind, and watching golf on TV, watching it, right?
Sure. Well,
And
reruns right now, unfortunately.
Reruns right
But
now.
there is golf on TV, and the great thing, if you have Golf Channel, there's a lot of great instruction. Generally, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, Golf Channel focuses on golf instruction for newer golfers, for beginning to intermediate level golfers. And I mean, if you get serious about it, you know, a great place to start is go to your driving range. Talk to your local PGA professional. I do not give lessons, but I literally have dozens of colleagues in the area who specialize in giving lessons. And beginners, never touched a club before, they're absolutely ready to work with you, but it is a process. And it starts, frankly, in a practice facility or on the driving range. It does not start on the golf course. Because when you get to the golf course, it's about pace of play. It's about going out and playing 9 holes in 2 hours or 18 holes in 4 hours and not holding up the people who are behind you and not, you know, creating a backlog on the golf course. So you have to have a certain level of functional knowledge of golf. So watching the Golf Channel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, practicing. In fact, we want to make a great offer out there because we know there's a lot of folks. We are here at the First Tee of Northwest Florida. We're still open 5 days a week. Now, the Goofy Golf right now is not open to the public. We hope to be able to reopen it soon, but just to encourage safe social distancing, we're not. But we're still here planning for our summer programs, planning for our fall programs. We have a surplus of golf clubs that have been donated to us. We have men's clubs, we have ladies clubs, we have junior clubs. And what we like to do, and we're not offering full sets of brand new Callaway clubs, so we're not able to do that. But for those of you who are out there who would like to have a golf club and maybe go buy some wiffle balls and learn and practice, we would like for you to call our office, 456-7010. We need to basically know who we're giving the clubs to. We want your name. We need to know your height because these clubs, I'm 6'3".
Yep.
So these clubs are built 3/4 inch longer than normal to accommodate somebody who is my height. Whereas you're about 6 feet tall, you would use one that's just about 1/4 inch or standard length. So we want to give you a club that fits you because you have to be in a proper position to the ball. And so a 5 foot tall person using this club would get frustrated very quickly because it wouldn't fit them. But for not just the kids in the community, we provide clubs year round to kids in the community regardless of ability to pay. But everybody who's out there and is shut in, call our office, talk to Corwin, talk to Ben, talk to Sarah, talk to Jennifer. We've got somebody here Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5. It's the Goofy Golf, 3924 West Navy Boulevard out in Warrington. And we would love to give you a golf club or two that you can take home and actually work on these things in this time. If you're a semi-avid golfer or an avid golfer, now is the time. The governor says, go play golf, just practice proper social distancing. We're encouraging everyone we can. And you know what? If we're all going to be at home for a while, this is a great time to get started. Get on Amazon, order your wiffle balls. We will give you the golf clubs.
So what a great time to come by First Tee, or even if you're not in the Pensacola community, to look for those community resources that can help you, or grab something at home. Start your stance, start your back swing, learn those pieces first, as Marty said, go to your driving range, and then from there get out on the golf course. This is really fantastic. You guys are a great resource for the community. And again, great thing to do at home with your children. So go grab your children or grab your spouse or your partner, whoever it is, get outside in the front yard and start swinging something, and pretty soon you'll be on the golf course. So thanks again for joining us at Covenant Care. We're always there to help you and serve your families. And stay tuned to watch for the next At Home with Covenant Care. Have a great day.